It's Thursday, and welcome back to another episode of Wild Women Wet Shaving. And guess what? We are in, I like to call it the vintage village, because let's be honest, nobody here is under the age of 55. So do you remember last week when Jonathan from Stonefield hooked me up with the AVIATRIX pre-shave soap bar? Well, I used it in this week's episode of Wild Women Wet Shaving, and it was fantastic. It exfoliates, it gave it a little bit of a scrub. The smell is amazing. So if you have an opportunity to go on Stonefield Shave and get either your wife or yourself the pre-shave soap bars, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Yo ladies, it was the straight razor day. I haven't shaved with my straight razor in so long, and I genuinely apologize for that. I love shaving with a straight razor. It gives me this sense of pride and energy that I don't get from a cartridge base. Absolutely not from a cartridge base. From a safety razor, from a Chevette. I find that shaving with a straight razor sort of just brings you back to the way you should really be shaving. It's easy on the skin. It's gentle. You do have to do a little bit of maintenance. So before I shaved, I did strop. After I shaved, I also did strop, and then I went ahead and just took a little bit of olive oil and applied that to the razor blade just to keep it nice and moist. And then I go ahead and I put it back in its package. I do not rinse my straight razor, so you will notice when I'm shaving with a straight razor, I always have a cloth or a towel either over my lap or over my shoulder. I've done a couple of passes, and I go ahead and I just wipe the blade off. So for this week's episode of Wild Women Wet Shaving, I decided to do a compare and contrast of two fantastic artisan shave soaps. The first, Lakewood shave soap, sweet orange and chili pepper. And then the second was the first Canadian shave soap, Blood au Draque. So this shaving, I would call it almost a cream. Look at this consistency. This is a cream. That is a shaving cream. So one thing I really liked about this shaving cream is how incredibly delicious and soft and sweet this one is. It's really rich. It's really nice on the shave brush. It lathers spectacularly. And it just gives you this overall very rich feeling when it's on the skin. So the first shaving soap that I used was the sweet orange and chili pepper shaving soap from Lakewoods, and I used it on my right leg. It was really nice. Really nice. It smells amazing and the lather is nice and rich. One thing that I feel like this shave soap could do a little bit better of is adding either a stronger amount of tallow base or trying adding either both glycerine tallow as well as beef tallow, because I find that this shave soap lathers really nicely, but I always find that it could use a little extra cushion. It smells so good. It shaves really nicely, but I would add just a little bit more tallow to the shave soap to perfect it. First Canadian shave soap, this one was fantastic. The texture after lathering was very much like molasses. It was thick, it was creamy. When it applied to the skin, it genuinely felt like you were applying a shaving cream that was going to nourish and moisturize the skin and help keep the shave really nice. So I used this First Canadian shaving soap on my left leg and it was phenomenal. For the tool, I once again used my Dovo straight razor. I love using my Dovo. I have a massive addiction to using my Dovo straight razor. It is amazing. The one thing that I did find that the First Canadian shave soap did over the Lakewood shave soap is that it provided me more cushion. I really felt like when I was shaving with this, with the First Canadian shave, I felt like I could shave faster. Like I knew I couldn't nick myself, I couldn't cut myself. The only thing I could do was just shave, and that was a fantastic feeling. For those of you who own a Simpson shave brush, you will notice a few times that I had to remove a lot of hairs from my leg while lathering with this. I love my Simpson's Chubby. I get a little bit annoyed when all the hairs start falling out. So Simpson, if you're watching this, do a better job at creating knots in your shave brush. Because if you're paying $300 for this shave brush, you don't want to be pulling like 5 or 6 strands of badger hair off your skin every time you shave. It's actually quite annoying. So that would be the downside to this shave brush. For a post shave, I use the Via Barbaria Aqua 5 post shave serum. I really like this stuff because it doesn't go on really thick, it doesn't go on super heavy, and it smells really nice, but it doesn't overlap on the Lakewood shave soap or the First Canadian shave soap. It just sort of was a nice clean fragrance for post shave. Do I feel like I need to moisturize over top? No, I feel like this aftershave serum does a really good job at hydrating the skin as well as keeping the skin nice and soft. Probably later on in the day I will have to re-moisturize, but as for now, it was perfect. Thank you for watching another episode of Wild Women Wet Shaving. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to comment in the comment section below. Tell me about your 2 favorite artisan shaving soap companies. I'm currently looking for a new shaving soap company to collaborate with. As much as I love Stonefield shaving, I also want to grow and see who else I can find out there in the shave world. next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be here in Arizona. So if you live in Arizona, contact me at chapmancollects@gmail.com and let's set something up. Maybe we can do a little review for 2 or something like that. Or even if you live in Arizona and you want me to come visit your shave shop, just let me know. Send me a quick email and maybe we'll set something up and you could be on the next episode of Wild Women Wet Shaving. Thanks for watching another episode of Wild Women Wet Shaving, and I will see you next Thursday.